guys, today we're going to be talking about evaluating what's called a quadratic expression. Kind of like I talked about in the last video, we don't have to talk about what specifically that means right now. All we need to see is that we are evaluating something, which means that we're going to end up with an answer. We're going to be doing the exact same thing, except this time we got a little bit of extra zazz in there. We got some exponents. We know that in this case, x is equal to -4, and our expression is x squared plus 5x plus 1. So we have not one, but two instances this time of where we need to input this value of -4. So x is going to be input right there, as well as into this x over here. Let's go ahead and do that. So remember, I'm going to input the value of -4 instead of x, square it, plus 5 times x again, which is not just x anymore, it's equal to -4. Now we're ready to evaluate. I'm going to go ahead and write out my PEMDAS again, just in case we need a reminder. Let's go ahead and work on this. P up first, I see that both sets of my parentheses don't have any operations going on in there, just numbers, so I don't need to worry about it. Next up is our exponents, and I do see that we have one case of an exponent right here. So I have to take this -4 and I'm going to square it. And remember, because this is an even exponent and we have that negative number inside, I know that my result is going to be positive. -4 times -4 is a positive 16, and I'm just going to bring everything else down that we haven't dealt with yet. Okay, we dealt with parentheses. I don't see any more exponents, so we're done with that. Next up is our multiplication, and I do see that there is multiplication that needs to be done right here. Remember, anytime we have a number sitting in front of our variable, there's that invisible multiplication sign right in the middle right there. We don't see it, we don't write it, but we know that it's there. So I know that 5 times -4 is equal to -20. I'm just going to bring everything else down. Okay, so now we have 16 plus a -20 plus 1. Next up, let's go ahead and work on any more multiplication, division. I don't see any more, but I do see plenty of addition and subtraction thrown in there. So right here, let's go ahead and rewrite our very first step. 16 plus -20 is going to be the same thing as 16 minus 20, still a plus 1. Okay? I'm going to have to scooch us down a little. Just a couple more lines. Let's do 16 minus 20. So we're starting to the right of 0, but we're going to go past 0, going left past 0 because we're subtracting 20 from 16. We end up with -4 plus that 1. -4 plus 1, now we're going 1 closer to 0. We end up with a result of -3. Congrats, you just evaluated a quadratic expression. Let's go ahead and do one more example. This time, though, we are going to be working with the variable n, and we're going to say that n is equal to 6. I'm going to go ahead and write out our expression of n squared minus 6n plus 4. So same thing again, I see two instances of n, so I'm going to have to replace this n with its value of 6 once, twice. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to substitute in 6, we're going to square it, minus 6 again, times that value of n, which also happens to be 6, plus that 4. Order of operations, I don't see any operations inside parentheses, don't have to do anything there. Next up is our exponents, and we do have one exponent here, 6 squared. 6 to the second power is 36 minus 6 times 6 plus 4. Okay, I don't have any more exponents, but I do have a little bit of multiplication. Right here, I have to multiply 6 times 6, or 6 squared, 36 again. I'm going to bring everything else down. I don't see any more multiplication or division. I do see some addition and subtraction, and we are lucky ducks here. These guys are just going to cancel out. 36 minus 36 is equal to 0, and all we are left with is a result of positive 4. Awesome job, guys. Make sure you guys have these notes in your notebook. I will be checking tomorrow morning. See ya.